they told me it was always gonna be like this. Always. Yeah. I stayed up past midnight, let you know I live right. I whipped out my diary and spit some shit that's real tight. I don't want you like I want her, I want you differently. I loved her like I loved what's good. I loved you smitly, I'm on an all-time high. My innocence history. Hit the blunt, we smoking the illustrate. You gon' take me on a boom, we might dip off in the room. We gon' talk for hours about the media we consume. Or whatever. You like the music I like quiet storms on the verge of better weather. Whether or not you know it, I am not the body, but your body laying on mine is so hockey. So hotty, the moment you call me Poppy, I'm gon' have to cook for you. Buzz me when you hit the lobby shit. I ain't tryna fuck, I whip the chick in the chat. If you don't want me how I want you, tell me where your head's at. So I wrote you a song since I couldn't have you. I sit my Remy and spit like papoose. Out of all the girls standing in the line for the bathroom, we locked eyes, our chemistry passed through. I wrote you a song, but you never hear. Yeah, I'm on a mission to vibe and match spirits. Out of all the niggas comparing battle scars and tattoos, we locked eyes, our chemistry passed through. Yeah, we locked eyes, our chemistry passed through. Couldn't lack though. Yeah. Still can't lack though. Yeah.
Timothy Wallace. You ready?
Drop dead gorgeous, I need you by my side. Type of feeling only you can provide. Filthy out with bad bitches, you bought 2 at a time. And they headed for the hills, that's the move for the night. Trap shit, it's too many bitches in this house getting active. It's too many hitters in this house toting ratchets. Please do not participate in rolling, this ain't practice. No capping, no trap shit. It's too many bitches in this house getting active. It's too many hitters in this house toting ratchets. We got every flavor in the hills wrapped in plastic. No capping, no. I took a vacay, I'm in a great space. I stuffed the money inside the safe, cause ain't shit safe. You wanna party with the great space? You might just get signed up for the gateway. Whoa, chemo side, baby, enough for 8 days. I think you like me, my shorty like that. Might make the team now. Might kick these other hoes out that house, she keep a clean house. I sold the paddock for a rumor, she sucked me up, that's the man doula. Took that pussy hotter, told that new shit, had the schooler, and hand me one more out the cooler, bitch, I'm faded. Let me take my time, cause life's just better when you patient. Molly sweating, whoo, like you racing off basement, never basic, run the bases, brought her home, it felt amazing. A different cadence, different vibe, different wavelength. Fucking with the ones, we all just entertainers. Pretty pictures, Van Gogh type of painters. If you ain't heard that, you might be caught up in the matrix.
Drop dead gorgeous, I need you by my side. Type of feeling only you could provide.
Yeah.
Be out with bad bitches, you
But 2 at a time. Yeah.
Headed for the hills, it's the move for the night.
Trap shit, it's too many bitches in this house getting active. It's too many hitters in this house toting ratchets. Please do not participate in rolling, this ain't practice. No acting, no trap shit. It's too many bitches in this house getting active. It's too many hitters in this house toting ratchets. We got every flavor in the hills wrapped in plastic. No capping, no lacking. Yeah, no lacking. Yeah, no lacking. Yeah. K-Mac shit. Let's go.
We in here, man. Hey, we are back in here with another episode of Xpression. Episode 7. Welcome, guys. I am Timothy Wallace.
My name is CHILLZ.
I am Jerry Dodrill.
Keith Macle.
Taylor Genius.
Crispy K, a.k.a. Chef.
Hell yeah, man. We went down the line. We got special guests in here. We got music artists, man. My boy Keith and my boy Jerry, man. I'm so glad y'all came through.
Dude, I'm glad you're even doing this.
For real,
Appreciate
man.
you having me. You already know.
Welcome to the show, y'all.
Yeah, that jam session was nice, too.
Yeah.
We was getting
So
it in.
much
The
fun.
performance was dope.
A 40-minute take.
Right. We was just in here jamming.
Couldn't put it down.
That's
Just
a
get
vibe.
lost.
Right. And we appreciate the performance from Keith.
Definitely.
Always tearing it up.
Yeah.
Fire.
Appreciate that.
Let's get started since y'all paired up. I wanna just get started on just some real. How do you describe your style? I'm gonna start with you, Keith. what do you? And you can go on your background, where you from,
Yeah.
or just how you formulate your style. Like, how do you describe it?
I think that my style is definitely hip hop, but it's definitely derivative of artistry, of real artists from all different types, all different walks of life.
Yeah.
So when I talk about like getting into my background and everything,
Speaking to the mic.
yeah, when I talk about getting into my background and everything, my family, my parents are not from this country. I grew up on soca. I grew up on reggae, which just even that gave me the appreciation for different styles of music. But at the end of the day, I respect the craft. I respect hip hop. So I would call it hip hop, but just with some derivatives of other things,
Yeah.
Tapped into it.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, man. A little bit of bounce to it.
Yeah.
Got smacked
It's
to
bounce.
it.
And like, I guess I'm also one of them artists too. Like, I don't shy away from like the pop feeling. You know what I mean?
Like,
I
whatever
think
you
it's
feeling.
yeah.
And I like that. Definitely about your style, too.
Right.
That's why I asked that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because that's why I mess with both of y'all because of y'all style. And what about you, Jerry?
Well, I
How
mean,
would you describe your production and stuff
Oof.
like that?
well, I mean, like, everything started with me playing guitar, so it was like mainly like I've always listened to everything pretty much, just because of my father was a guitarist for a long time. He
Oh,
taught me
yeah?
everything he knew.
Oh, that's dope.
But so it started with things like metal, just listening to, and like that's what made me want to pick up an instrument. But with production and stuff, that was mainly just me wanting to lay down what I was doing, and then I found piano and
and
bass
how
stuff
old was
like
you
that.
when you did that?
So like I started seriously playing the guitar when I was about 8 years old. That was when I was like, yeah, I kind of want to learn, not just screw around on it.
That was early, though.
Did you
Yeah.
take
That's
lessons or anything?
Aside from my dad, he taught me pretty much everything he like knew about like his techniques, and then I just studied like theory from there on, and then production at the same time. But I wouldn't even describe my style as a genre because I obviously produce hip hop and all different types of shit. So it's more about like my style is defined by my attention to detail, not necessarily the sounds that are going on.
How many instruments can you play?
I mean, we were actually just talking about this. I feel like since theory just works on every instrument, as long as you understand where notes are, you can anything that you can put your hands on, you can play.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, man. That's dope, man, because I got it too. I was about 11 when I really got into like musicianship.
Mm-hmm.
My pops was like, man, what is you doing? Don't you want to play football, basketball? You want to do that?
Like, what a jam, bro.
Yeah, I
Bruh.
was like, I want to be in a band.
Yeah, I felt something different younger when I was just like, yo, I like this music though, like for real. What about you? How young did you start when it really started hitting you? I would say, I'm gonna tell you this.
Sure.
Get Rich or Die Trying is when I fell in love with hip hop though.
Yeah.
Just me personally.
Yeah.
That's 01, 02 or something like that.
Get Rich or Die Trying was
03.
2003.
3, yeah. And that's when I was like, yo. Because I was like 11
just-
or 12 around that time.
It's just everything, like, sometimes you need, like, and it's the same thing for, like, same story for, like, 8 Mile for a lot of people. I think when you match, like, anything that's got a even cinematic sound to it,
yeah.
to, like, something that's, like, corresponding with current events, it just feels more real. It feels like it has a setting, and that whole project just feels like that time.
It bridges the gap between, like, what's just music and, like, the feeling that you have. That's the way I look at it. And anything in artistry, a painting can just be a painting, but then, like, when you get a feeling from that painting, now it's real to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've seen many great paintings that just don't touch me that way, or many great songs where I'm like, I like it, it sounds good, but I don't get a feeling from it, type thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I, like, created this show, especially because, like, I want people to, like, use their artistic ability and express that. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's all art, you know what I mean? Like, it truly is. Even when you, as deep as I go with it, I just was like, sound is just like vibrations. you
It
know what I
is.
mean?
No, like, the better you
Literally,
understand the
that's all
physics
it
of
is.
sound.
It's like, literally. And, hitting, I don't know, the airway. I don't know how.
Yeah, no, like, sound is just, like, essentially air pressure.
Yeah, like just
Like-
hitting in certain octaves and
I
frequencies.
believe scientifically speaking, it is described as the vibration of wavelengths traveling through the air.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And then-
that.
Now, and,
Like,
and
this
how
is-
closely does that align to string theory?
I don't know. Well, I got you next time.
For sure, yeah.
I'm on it now that you mentioned
Well,
it.
how about this? This is what I'll say on that. The universe started with a bang, not a light.
There you
So
go.
sound came first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, I got a question.
sure.
As far as music or just the industry, and this would go for anybody like nowadays, because this is what we doing. We pursuing this career. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, entertainment, whatever the case may be. If
Living
you're
the
doing
career.
musician or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Has it held you back from anything, other interests or passions?
Honestly, I just feel like any second that I'm like available and like awake to be working on music, I did that, and I still do that almost every day. But with that, it comes like I just see myself oftentimes putting off things that might bring me like emotional value, like seeing my family more often.
See, and that's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Just that sacrifice that you got to make.
But
You know,
you just got like it is. I don't want to make it sound like I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. It's just like when you do come around to not being busy and just having that free time, like you have to make it worthwhile.
yeah, most definitely.
I would say that I get to be happy in answering no to that question because I do have, like I have a few other interests out there, and if I'm not doing one of those, I'm definitely working on music. Like music is currently like one of the larger ones,
Right, like it's overcrowding the other things and it's becoming more important type. That's what you're saying.
Like fortunately, like how my life has been set up, like I went to college to explore one of those interests, and while working on that interest, I was able to fit in some time here and there to get in my music interest.
Right.
And it has grown to be the second largest, if not, it's definitely up there, like right up there with like, computer science for me. Because
Yeah.
I was going to school for one. So because I started the one before the other, it just so happens to be like that.
And you can
much
do
bigger,
both.
you
Yeah,
know?
they go hand in hand.
Yeah, like
Like-
you just like you can do that shit at the same time.
like computer science and interest in music is those are the type of people making plugins and
Yep.
DAWs in general.
Bruh,
You
what?
gotta have that. You gotta bridge
Yeah,
that gap.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna just keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, like I mean, to put it bluntly, fucking milk it.
Yeah. The way I look at it, man, for me, like in my life, the way I see everything is like, as long as it starts and ends with music.
Yeah.
So yeah, sure, it's a sacrifice. I have to sacrifice things for, my family or for the women in my life or whatever it may be. But the sacrifice all comes from sacrificing time for what makes me feel whole, which is this, which is this art, which is this, and not everybody can deal with that. Not everybody can understand or appreciate what you're trying to accomplish.
Right.
But
It's definitely a tough road.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Just going down this path, man. I see it now that I got a son now, man. It's kind of like I don't know, man. It's even harder to describe.
But you
Yeah,
know what,
'cause
Tim, though, man? With you having a kid and you knowing what you want to get out of this industry and how you want to approach all of this, that's going to teach your child so many more lessons.
Right.
Because it's easy enough
He gonna
to
see
like,
that shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not living your own truth, then how you going to teach somebody else to live their truth? You feel me?
True.
That's
Absolutely.
how I see it.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, though?
Oh shit.
Chilling and shit.
Well,
That nigga like I'm high in the motherfucker. I'm cooling.
In the corner.
Yeah, I'm just here. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
what it do?
Welcome, CHILLZ.
Welcome
All right,
back.
I got one more serious
I was on
one.
autopilot for a second.
Yeah.
I got one more serious one, and then we'll go into a commercial after we finish it because we can wrap this one up
Gotcha.
with this, and then we'll continue on. With that being said, we still talking about just this career or whatever. Do y'all? I don't want to get it wrong. Hold on.
No, you good.
Understand.
Do you prefer the credit or the experience?
Ooh.
Mm.
Well,
Yes.
That's everybody on this couch. Man.
Yeah.
Everybody.
well.
Yes. Okay.
I prefer the experience.
Yeah,
I was about to say, I kind of think I want the experience because
well, I think like
I'll learn from that experience.
I want
Exactly.
both, but the experience just that will keep me
I'll
going.
learn from that experience to know that next time I'll get the credit.
is what provides the hunger. The experience is
Yeah.
what provides the joy.
exactly.
Nice. I like that. I like
Like
that.
the
I
experience.
mean, you really can't have one without the other. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Really, that's a difficult question to ask because if you got the credit for anything, you've had to have experienced it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Plus, you know, you gotta think of it this way too.
I mean,
like,
but I mean, not to cut you
oh,
off.
you're all good. Take
But
your
I'm
time.
not really. I'm just looking at it like, what do you like prefer? Because it's like, is you going in
Okay.
looking for recognition and credit,
Oh,
or you really just
it's
love
like-
this
it's like
for
chicken
the
or the
experience?
egg, man.
Then it's all
you
about
put-
the experience.
if you put
it's
it
like
that
chicken
way,
and the egg.
100%.
Like, what came first?
Well, you know what
Because
though?
like when you imagine like your first project, like your first beat, your first song, like it probably you look back on it now, you probably like, man, that shit wasn't nothing.
That was
But then
whack.
like, but you know somebody was rocking to that shit, and,
Yeah.
and that was your first credit right there. You got that boom,
Well-
like shit. I can do this again, and maybe they'll like it. Maybe somebody else will like
But
it.
you know what? But you know what
It
though?
is.
Like I feel like what we're doing right now and where we're at right now, if we ask ourselves the same question 5 years from now, the tune of it may be different because because when you receive credit and like people attach you to that credit, then maybe in those particular instances, the experience is great, but you've had other experiences. So like the way I'm thinking about it is like Denzel Washington in Training Day. People think Denzel Washington, they think Training Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so now for him, that credit is carrying him through all of these other experiences that are happening.
Right.
credit gets me high. Like,
Right.
just get
Good
high
credit.
off of like,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like the experience is honestly more important than anything because regardless of how anyone feels, positive or negative, like people's opinions they don't add up to anything physical, so they don't truly matter. But like the feeling that you get of actually making something or playing something is something that you can honestly feel and experience, and you
Right.
can share with other people.
That's
and
the
they
story
can feel
you're
it.
gonna tell. The
Mhm.
story you're gonna tell is gonna always be about the experience.
Yeah.
You're never gonna tell a story about
I
like
definitely enjoy the experience,
Yeah,
man, because it's just so
Yeah.
fun. Like I said, even with my kid, but just like how we can just jam
Yeah.
out and just create this little vibe and shit.
Yeah, I was about to say the vibes you get from jamming out from everybody around you.
Yeah, them
Bringing
good
something
vibes.
different.
That's
Something
that experience
something
that
different to
I'm
the table
getting.
that you ain't never heard before.
Yeah.
because next time I see you, I'm be like, yo, remember the time we had the jam session and we
Right,
was-
you creating experiences, yeah.
Right,
Creating
right.
that story, yeah.
something to be proud of right there.
Oh yeah, but we're gonna be right back. We're gonna get into a little bit of commercial.
I think the pizza's here.
And now we'll work
Yeah, I
from our
think it
sponsor.
is.
for sure.
Let's
Alright.
go.
Lunch break.
Next segment.
Yeah.
Make niggas, ba-da-ba-ba, bitch.
We rolling?
Yeah, we just gonna get it, you know.
Just got happy in this motherfucker.
Yeah. Just got a little bit brighter, you know what I'm saying?
Got happy in this motherfucker. Hey.
That's what a good vibe is. We just striking like lightning. Who said that couldn't strike twice in the same spot? Well, shit, here I'm in.
Black lightning.
Yeah.
Coming in, you know how I've been rhyming.
Yeah.
Tick, tick, tick. That's a ticker on these motherfuckers. That's just perfect timing.
Yeah, that's perfect timing. They gon' like this shit like liking a Facebook post. You know how it is, we do the most. Bitch, I get gone, I get ghost.
Shack in the post. I do not have no posters of nobody who don't want to expose a young guy like me to a motherfucking beast that I can't be. So my posters, they look like mirrors. Yeah.
Yeah, and he'll show you the beast. But I come through cause I'm the beast from the east. And we gon' come through and destroy the competition. I don't give a fuck, just burn them,
I've
leave
been
them missing.
thumbing through some paper.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Do
yeah.
it major.
Thumbing through the paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the whip and skirt off. Bad little bitty got her skirt off. I don't need nobody, bitch, I been my own boss. If I like it, then I got it, I don't care about the cost. No. Hop up in the whip and skirt off. Bad little bitty got her skirt off. I don't need nobody, bitch, I been my own boss. If she tweaking, I'ma drop her, I don't care about a broad. No.
Yup. I got stool on mine. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
You said, oh, yeah. Hey. Yo.
I'm a tad concerned.
What about it, y'all? Y'all try to make it a stool party.
No. This conversation stinks.
What you guys doing? You know, just fucking stooling.
I stay stooling.
Oh no!
Stooling on these rappers. Catch me stooling up the ass in my shit, you know, right now. In my shit. I'ma hit the stool on the bench. Why he do the whole dance move? I'ma hit the stool on the bench. Oh, no. Yeah. Right here.
Man.
He responded in bow.
Right. It was bow.
Who was it? Bow.
As y'all can see, we are back in here.
We back.
Welcome back. We in here
Back welcomes.
acting a fool. Hope y'all enjoy the commercials and a little break time with us. I want to get off the serious.
Oh yeah.
Well, no.
No, let's get deep.
What is consciousness?
Oh.
Hold
me to
on.
deep one.
Time out. Tim, you legit just said, I want to get off this deep.
But I was like, oh, fuck that.
Hey,
What the hell?
and followed that up with the, nah, let's go get deeper.
It's like we're gonna keep it lighthearted today. So like, what are we and what are we doing?
Y'all don't want to talk about that?
I mean, we can get into it.
No, I totally don't mind.
What
we
is
can save it.
consciousness?
In the words of Carl Sagan, life is just the universe observing itself.
Yeah.
Bang.
Okay.
Life is but a dream, man.
Damn.
Just a dream.
Hey, you hit that note. Nah.
I fuck with the auto-tune sometimes.
To me,
that is something
to me,
about,
consciousness is just the ability to know that you're thinking.
Sentience.
There's something.
Sentience. That's what I was going to say.
Oh,
See what I'm
sentience.
saying?
Yeah.
What is that?
Just
It's
awareness.
Like, awareness, knowing oneself.
Being aware that you are aware.
Yeah, understanding. You sentient, you know.
Like-
So wait, if you're not aware, then you're not conscious?
Yes. I think so.
But your consciousness,
so
but no, listen, your
so like-
consciousness is already aware for you.
Like,
yeah,
what do you mean,
it's-
like aware? Like
like-
aware
like-
of themselves? Like they can like look at themselves in the mirror and know that it's them?
Yeah, I think like very surface level.
that you
that's
know
what
it's
it is.
something there.
But
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
beyond that, it's like being aware that you are aware. Like that's what separates us from like having like as animals act on impulse, really. So like we're able to think about something and think like, no, we shouldn't just do that.
There you go.
Whereas if we were like, more primal, we'd probably just act on whatever we feel.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what separates. Like
Men
they
from
call
boys.
us.
It's kind of
straight
what
up.
separates humans from animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Granted, we are animals. They're just like extremely fucking smart animals.
We're some pretty cool animals.
So they have like the Homo sapien, but we are really Homo sapiens, and like they don't describe it that way because it's just a weird way to say that. But what that means is that not only are we aware, but we're aware that we're aware.
Yeah.
And that's what allows us to have free will. That's what allows us to make decisions.
Yeah. No, so you gotta go a few levels deep.
That's that next level of being present. So to me, that's what consciousness is.
Okay, so
it's the next
with
level
that
of being
said,
present.
With that said, though,
Man.
how many layers can you dig into your conscience?
Well, I mean,
Do we know? Do we know? Do we truly
Infinite,
know?
infinite.
Infinite.
Because the fact that you know that you
that's
know,
what I'm saying, though.
that's
Yeah.
the infinite.
If you know, you know. Like consciousness is just wrapped up, just simply like you can like take a second and be like, damn, I'm really in this bitch.
Well,
yeah.
Hey, so I'm really in this
true.
bitch. Right.
And then take
Simple
into account,
term, like, you know what I mean? I'm in this. All right.
Like, this is it. We're here.
and like take into account that, you know, we also have the subconscious. Like that just made it so much deeper. Like to think, like
it's this whole alternate
that's a literal. That's
that's
a
what
different
that
level
is.
of like an infinite, just an infinitely sized, like just
again
concept.
The fact that we know that we have a conscious and that there's a subconscious behind that already means that it's infinite.
I mean, let's go into time. Let's go into time talk then. If we talking consciousness, I think that time is the most important thing because that's what kind of keeps us aware. If you talking,
gives us urgency.
Yeah, and just the fact that it's so much that's built around.
I feel like
the fabric
the
of
concept
time.
only,
You know what I mean?
feel like
I like where this is going.
I only know time, so I don't know anything before time. If that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. So
time.
the concept of time is so like absolute and so like all knowing.
It's all encompassing.
You know, it's that's
already
one
hear my
thing
theory on
that
this?
everybody has to face. Everybody has to face time.
Yeah.
Like
interception.
FaceTime.
FaceTime. Everybody got
cut that out. I put
gotta
one with
face
their
time.
money.
Like to
Cut
piggyback
that one
off
out.
of that though, I guess I feel like in a way, you know, with what we've been talking about so far, that you can kind of determine that consciousness is the awareness of time.
So I got another question. So,
but you got to understand, like, to me, it's like
understanding
time
that this is not infinite.
Time is like the
we
only
had
thing.
better do something and
Time's
enjoy
like the
ourselves.
only thing
our
other than
consciousness.
life itself that's like as like ubiquitous. Like, you know what I mean? Like life itself, and then you have time, and then you have I don't know.
Well,
however long they said the Earth has been around.
But the where that gets weird,
the
though,
structure of nations, like
For a
you know,
while.
just like different.
because like I mean we all know that like
how long shit's been around.
like with or without you being here, time's still gonna go on.
It
But
is.
But at the same time, as far as you're concerned, the universe only exists if you're here to observe it.
Man, see, and that's what I was about to say. What is life if we only know it and aware of it when we hear? But what is it?
So here's my feelings.
You know,
on
when
that.
when it's far as time.
So here's my feeling on that.
Of course.
It's like
Conscious.
what is we? Is we
This just
human
gets deeper.
beings? You know what I mean? Because like being conscious, the only reason why like any of that makes any sense to us at all is our ability to communicate with one another.
Yeah.
Right? So I can communicate to you my
communication too,
consciousness.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, like,
communication's
Language.
So who is we? Because we know that there are dolphins out there that have
Sonar shit.
and they
Frequencies.
have languages.
they have a language that we don't understand.
Not
But
even-
see,
They're very
that's
smart.
but that's still
Not
a
even
part
that
of
they
life,
have
though.
languages. There are animals that have
just
quote unquote languages, so
Well-
to speak, right? Other animals. But they also have dialects,
I
the
was about
same
to
way that
say-
we have
So
dialects.
say dolphins have accents from different. A dolphin over here and a Florida dolphin will sound totally different from a dolphin over here.
And we'll
It's
have
like
a hard,
birds, like a
and they'll
cardinal
try
versus
to
a hawk.
communicate with one another and have a hard time the same way that we do.
different church.
So
yeah. But like the whole concept of we though is like almost like we are just the matter that composes that consciousness is composed of. That's why we feel better when we're around people that we actually enjoy.
And then I think it's got a lot to do with the color spectrum too.
we are the stuff of stars.
I
Man,
did-
we always talk about
Yeah.
like we're talking about consciousness and languages, and we never talk about the brain. How crazy our
Supercomputer.
brain is.
Or
I mean,
stop
we
to think
super
and
kinda
Are-
deal with
it's-
consciousness.
ridiculous.
That's what I say, yeah.
That's
Our
all
brain
into this shit though.
created like our brain is like so crazy. what
And
it
we
can
still
do,
ain't even tapped
how
all
it
the way.
controls your organs.
Well,
how it
you know what's crazy too though is like you might think of yourself like as like the thing you see in the mirror as being you, but
Right.
that is truly what is you.
is your brain. Your brain's connected.
Like that is the
That's
the
what your
hard drive
brain
of
makes
your
up
body.
of you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Hard
yeah.
drive of the body.
It's
Yeah.
that hard, it's just that fucking that's that stellar hard drive, you know. It's that physical quantum computer that you got.
Dude, like just like to piggyback off that. To
Piggyback.
think
You like piggybacking.
Really,
Yeah.
just like bacon.
maybe I do. Don't worry about it.
Baconator.
I'm about to piggyback.
Bacon it. That's
I
crazy.
want my piggyback.
I am high. Do not make me forget what I was about to talk about. No,
My fault.
No, I'm
goofing, man.
Oh, it's funny. But yeah, like in terms of like, like computer like based stuff. To think about like what the size of our brains would be in terms of like space. Like, we got like terabytes, like we got terabyte sized hard drives and stuff.
What is the bandwidth of our brains?
Yeah, the capacity.
Like all of that. Like it's so much larger than whatever the largest piece of like hardware we have to store any amount of data on. Like ours is pretty much being like would be like just a notch above like what it would take to like run and function supercomputers and shit.
Because I mean it's instantaneous.
And we'll never stop being able to learn. You can always learn something.
True.
No matter what.
Every day.
As long as you like it, as long as it interests you. You can like, hey, I want to just keep that reserved back here.
And like going off of like how you said about the memory, bro, like your brain is constantly auto-saving shit.
Yeah.
Man.
Even some shit that you don't
like it's auto.
saving
That's what I'm saying.
sometimes.
Like you know how people be like, I wish I can unsee that. Like you cannot unsee shit.
You know what's even crazy?
It's downloaded into your program.
You know what's even crazier than
Let
that?
me give some people some PTSD. Y'all remember 2 Girls, 1 Cup?
Oh my God.
You wish you could unsee it. Like
but the next level of that though is like our brain also puts things into zip files as well. Right? Check this out.
Right.
Think about when you remember something for the first time that you never thought you would ever remember again.
Yeah.
That's because it was stored in a zip file. Exactly.
Repressed into compression.
Right.
Yeah.
I got memories.
Right. And then you remember shit that actually didn't happen.
And if it's some
that's what
the Mandela effect is what that is, right?
I got memories that I don't remember until somebody tells me, and all of a sudden just
trigger something
in my head. Like
you remember bits and pieces of it, and it'll come back to you. Yeah,
that's amazing.
The consciousness.
But you might remember it differently than the way that it actually happened. That's what I was referring to, right? It's
okay.
Like you may have something that's like you think it happened a certain way, and like for me, a lot of times, and I don't know how it is for everybody else. This is actually the first time I've ever thought about this or brought it up. But sometimes I will remember a memory not through my own eyes. I remember me being in that memory and like almost watching myself in that memory.
Yeah.
Almost
what
like
do you call that?
Third person perspective.
Yeah.
Out of body, like
out of body. But not just an out-of-body experience, an out-of-body memory. I remember myself walking through this particular hallway at this time. On
and
day.
it's like now that you think about it, you feel like you're in third person watching a movie or some shit.
Yeah. Which
you
is,
know, man.
I feel like those type of memories are like, did they actually even happen? Because if I don't remember it from my own eyes.
See, we talking that crazy.
We're talking deja vu now.
Hold on. If we talking that crazy, bro, I have vivid ass dreams to the point where I be actually in that shit.
Yeah, no, like lucid dreams. Yeah, I've had a few.
Like I even
really
and this shit happens for me every night, bro. Like, and it's kind of hard to go to sleep sometimes.
No, I totally understand. I got my own issues, you know.
Like I really don't want to go to sleep because I'll literally experience the next day somehow in my dream. You know what I mean?
Like
it's
almost like a
weird as
premonition.
shit. Yeah, and I don't be liking it sometimes. And it kind of like creeps me
and
out because I'll be like, yo,
scary.
like I was dreaming about this shit.
So you know what I think that a lot of that is? I think a lot of that is,
and I get messages from my dreams too, bro.
We think that we're operating on a playing field. So we just talked about time, right? And for us, time is linear, right? There's future and there's past,
right?
Really cyclical though.
Going into, but as he's describing it, just point A, point B.
From point A to point B,
when we're dead.
But we know we know the way that we experience the world is not that way. We know the way that we experience the world is
gray areas,
right? And how do you create a gray area between A and B? You have to have another axis, right? So you can't just have the X axis. You can't just have the Y axis. There's a Z axis that comes out of that. So I think when we have these like crazy dreams or whatever, that's actually us jumping different timelines.
Bro.
Via
I literally tell motherfuckers that I feel like I'm in different alternate realities.
through
my dreams.
Well, that's what, dude. That's
And I feel like
definitely
I'm
a theory.
seeing it in a different way for myself, but it's still giving me the message like, okay, it's probably
but
gonna
check
happen
this
like
out,
this,
though.
but not as severe.
Check this out though. What's so crazy about that is when you come out of that dream, that don't mean that you came back to the same place that you left.
Yeah,
from.
no, because like I have thought that myself because like the way I see it is like we know that like quantum physics is like practical if you apply it in terms of time. So like, but mainly quantum physics, like the general easiest statement of it is that things can exist in 3 states at once, either being A, B, or a combination of both.
Schrodinger's cat is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what
So,
I was
like,
thinking about.
Oh shit!
So like, no, we're on.
I had that shit on deck for you. I was thinking about that shit.
We're talking timelines. Like that's what I feel like deja vu is. It almost feels like you've experienced this timeline before.
Because when you think about it, all of the possibilities of something that hasn't happened yet, they're all there. It's all about what happens when it happens.
And you like because you have free will, but like here's the thing: free will is also a very like weird thing because like you already have your own morals and like predispositions to do certain things anyway. So like it's almost not free will.
But one thing we still a victim to is time, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because
which never goes away.
That's the type of being that we are.
That's the only absolute oppressor of life is time.
Yeah.
Of
that's
absolute
of our lives,
of our consciousness,
of this our lives,
of this stream of consciousness, of this stream of
human
consciousness,
beings of whatever.
Yeah,
but I feel like there's next levels to this shit that we're not seeing, that we're not experiencing.
No, I feel like being aware of like, just all of the possible concepts of any idea in its entirety would be true omnipotence.
Yeah, and I just feel like everything is based on time and perspectives.
But think about
time
that.
And perspectives. And
so think about what you just said about omnipotence, right? To me, that's the reason why there's no way that God doesn't exist.
Just because we can conceptualize at least the concept of it.
Yes.
And some type of higher power.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Engineer, as I say.
Because like here's the thing, like going back,
right?
Like, if we're going
all the same thing,
if we're treating reality on a quantum
like,
level, like there's either there isn't, or there's a mixture of both. So like theoretically, we could already assume that like there isn't a there is a timeline or a version where that's not the case, but there most definitely is, just because it's infinite cases.
I feel like with what we've been talking about, like from that we can like start working on determining that because this stuff exists, like I would feel that there is a God, and if there is a God, he's in a higher dimension.
Yep.
For sure.
And
obviously. Yeah, of course.
Like we just we can't see anything past the third.
No, he is the dimensions.
All of them.
You know what I mean?
Like he is all.
Yeah.
But I think that I look at an engineer or a higher power as me and what I am conscious with. Because I feel like what I experience through my sentience is what I don't even know how to say. Like it's almost like it's in me type of thing.
Guess what? You're right.
I don't know. Like
exactly what you're saying is right. Because like we are God and God is in us.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like because we all experiencing this time shit.
But it's about we, not I. And that's the number one thing. Because like even if you look into like any like if you seriously look into any like of the beliefs of like Satanism, it's not necessarily this demonic thing. It's more so about like self-preservation. It's about treating yourself as like the ultimate thing, and that's like there's that, and essentially that could be like that's the most unholy thing you could possibly do is treat yourself as the most important, thing
absolute
in the universe.
like.
But I was told my body is my temple.
Right, right, dude. Like there's so many
vessel.
conflicting thoughts. You just got to be like, you know what? I fuck with that one. I vibe with this one. That one scares me. I'm cool with this one.
It's all the same, bro. That's why you can look in the pupil of your eye and it looks the same way that the universe looks.
Right,
you feel me? Like that's why you can look at a leaf on a tree and it can
see
look
that like
you see that it looks like a cell in your body because we
we
all
had
are the
talked
same
about
shit.
that. Like leaves have like the veiny structures of life.
But no, I'm gonna cut it real quick.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end it off of this next segment, and
how do we get
we'll
here?
be back with Xpression.
We're gonna be right back.
All right, talking about the stars.
I love talking about that shit.
Yeah, that's my shit.
You ready?
Okay, I'm speeding down the highway, I feel like I'm floating. Skirt off, playing in the background, that shit is golden. All this money in my pocket, pocket, but it isn't folding. I got a bottle full of Crown, I think I'm a poet. I see the popo as I pull up at the red light. I know the Jakies, they been lurking in the dead night.
You ready?
Hop up in the whip and skirt off. Bad little bitty got her skirt off. I don't need nobody, bitch, I been my own boss. If I like it, then I got it, I don't care about the cost. No. Hop up in the whip and skirt off. Bad little bitty got her skirt off. I don't need nobody, bitch, I been my own boss. If she tweaking, I'ma drop her, I don't care about a bra. No.
I be in this bitch probably like all night.
Spitting off top of the dome, I don't write shit. You was talking about biting shit, but I don't bite shit. Shit. These young niggas be like this. I feel like I'm balling like 95 and Mike and shit. Trying to get the ring, trying to get the dub, trying to get what's up. Ladies, what's up? They only like me cause I'm buff, or I'm tough, or I'm coming from that motherfucking bottom like I was.
Me and my nigga K, we don't do writing. We just get lifted, we be getting kited. Shit, and like the beginning said, bitch, we strike like lightning.
Yeah.
I punch the beat like Tyson. I make the beat mine and then I give it back, and then I take it back, and then I do this and that, bitch. Okay.
Let me remind them. Every time I'm climbing, I might be getting high then.
Trap shit, it's too many bitches in this house getting active. It's too many hitters in this house toting ratchets. Please do not participate in rolling, this ain't practice. No acting, no lacking. Trap shit, it's too many bitches in this house getting active. It's too many hitters in this house toting ratchets. We got every flavor in the heel, wrapped in plastic. No capping, no lacking.
I hear you ain't from round here. We could throw it down if you doubt it. Moving at the speed of sound, bitch, I'm out it. I'm gonna pull up bright lights with the out.
Was you was rapping here?
No. We didn't get it on the camera over there, but we getting it right here. I started rapping when I was 7. I started rapping when I was 7. I started making beats, playing around. Like when I really got into it, 12. Fruity Loop Studio.
That's about around 12.
When I was 12.
About like 11, 12. Cause I got in a band in 5th grade. Me and him was in a band.
Oh, word? Those are the same band? That's dope. I love hearing shit like that, man. Like that longevity. Longevity within the same passion. It's very rare.
Yeah, high school. That's where I'm at. Like, all three.
This crush is trash, though. We're stealing these boxes.
So you wasn't in his band in the 5th grade then?
No, I lived in Akron and I moved with my father my junior year in high school. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Wallace and Nelly started talking about being in the band. I was like, yeah, I played in the band in my other school. And then actually, how we started talking was, everybody knew I smoked weed for some reason. And everybody was like, oh, we'll smoke. But Tim smoke. And then I'm like, all right. So they like pushed me on Wallace, and then we started hanging out.
Right. Smoking and working out.
Yeah. Started smoking. Oh, yeah.
Glad how it worked out.
Yep.
Now you hear that bar.
All right, you good. I'm about to roll up before we start.
Damn, that was
I'm gonna be asleep.
That was a good Marco session.
Yeah.
That wasn't lunch. That was a straight up Marco session.
Marco session. For sure.
Like recalibrate
What
it.
we perceive to be a second will actually be slower than what it is from that. So the world is spinning slower, and we're spinning slower around the sun.
Yeah, just because like there is no.
I think it's slower. It's one or the other. It's slower or faster.
Well.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, no, because I mean, it would make sense in terms of like resistance, like because you got to think of every moving force has a resistance to it, especially if it's a large celestial body. So it technically, I mean, like over a long, and I mean like an unfathomable period of time, eventually it could come to a stop.
Right.
You think about like Big Bang
I didn't know you was
Theory.
going again.
Like shit, Big
Oh, yeah,
Bang
we
Theory.
in.
If it like
We hot.
eventually it's gonna
contract. There's an equal reaction to it that's negative. So
Yeah.
meaning Like that's why antimatter, even if we can't like prove it to be physical, it theoretically will
So
always
what if?
exist.
So think about this though, on some conspiratorial shit. What if gravity is not a pull? What if it's a push? Because because you know how they say that your eyes flip everything upside down naturally for you, so you can see straight.
Right.
So what if everything is backwards? What if right is left? What if left is right? What if up is down?
Yeah.
I think with what you're going off of, like I'm thinking of I forgot. It was
It's
like
just
one
perception.
Of, like,
It's just-
Einstein's, like,
it's-
for every
there's-
action, there's like a reaction of some kind.
Yeah.
Well, there's a
No, I'm just saying, like, straight up, like, what if, like,
I don't know.
because
Like,
of the
different.
fact that we see technically we on the ceiling. Like, as far as our images go, like, they say that like everything is upside down.
But for our social
naturally,
construct,
your eye like flips the image back.
because it's much more useful information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like your brain prioritizes information's usefulness. That's why, like in school, if you feel like school never offered a career for you that like would make you want to like really work at it, you're not going to have that kind of energy towards it. So you're not going to pursue it.
And school's gonna suck for you because you're just not that interested in what you're being.
Oh, like
being thrown at you.
Like realistically, if you could support your future more by learning something or doing something in time of that, like, which is what I did. Like I didn't finish high school. I was working on music like 20 hours a day out of my dad's apartment, like for a long time. Like I was just like, well, eventually, I'm gonna do something with this, and sure enough, here we are. You know what I mean?
man.
Like, that I feel like that's the same for all of us.
Yeah.
It just
Well, now that
started as
we,
nothing and became something.
I like lunch.
Right. Let's
Lunch is good.
let's go back that
That's
way.
pretty good.
I want to digress, I guess. We was getting real introspective on that.
That is
But
too good.
Getting real deep.
as far as that, man, how you moving with like your production and everything? Like you said, it's kind of working for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you doing to maintain everything right now?
Basically, the way I see it is, I don't necessarily have to complete something start to finish in one day, but if I can broad stroke the entire song in one day, whether it's the beat, whether it's the verse, or just the recordings in general, if we can at least get it to where it's a conceptualized, finished idea, I can move that much closer to finishing something. So like doing that every day is what's keeping, like, just allowing me to like focus on new tasks.
Okay.
Because like I'm doing things quickly, but I'm doing them organized.
Yeah, and I mean, and I'm listening too, cause I be needing pointers and shit, to stay
me
on
too,
my
man.
shit. You know what I mean?
Like,
just what keep you? What is your routine? What's your organization to everything? What about you, man?
Man, I just try to challenge myself as much as possible to continue to stay active on a daily basis. So
Keep that mental stimulation going.
Yeah. I mean, like for me, it's very easy just to be in a car, riding around, listen to sports talk radio, listen to other music or whatever. But then when I catch that vibe, I catch that feeling, I immediately stop everything that I got going on, and I ride that wave and I ride that vibe. So that's just me kind of on a natural sort of state to kind of keep that pace, that cadence. But every once in a while, you run into a large period of time or a pocket where it's just not working for you like that. And so when that time is happening, that to me means that I have a feeling that's pushing me away from that, and I need to write a song. Even if I'm forcing the song, I need to just write something.
Yeah.
So anytime I don't feel like things are flowing with me naturally on a week-to-week basis, I stop myself and I write something out, a song or a verse, and just enforce myself to do it. Because there's a reason why I'm not doing what naturally comes to me, and I have to find my way through
break
that.
past that.
Yeah.
It's just it's almost like a dissonance in your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this, almost like competing feeling where, I mean, that's really what writer's block is. It's just like, you feel like you're doing things so well for so long that eventually you're like, did I run out of ideas? And you didn't. You're really trying to make sure that your momentum stays maintained.
Yeah.
So to avoid
that's what I
that-
was telling you about, that momentum. That I just be trying to keep, man. Just
you got
it's like a weekly thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me.
For sure. Me too.
Yeah, and
'Cause,
you
like,
think about it like the week.
The
like,
days go quick.
The days go very quick, but anybody can develop a rhythm within a week.
For sure.
It's tough to develop a rhythm within a day because every day is just so different. And it might be, you know what I'm saying? But if you tell yourself, hey, once a week, I'm going to do this.
Yeah, you can give yourself hours at a time. piece it down and break it down. Okay, let me do 2 hours a night. And
like, these are my
boom.
obligations of the day. I have to complete these no matter what.
Bro, I got a task list on my phone.
Yeah.
That I write up every morning to make sure I knock out everything during the day.
And then we see your vision board up here. You know what I'm saying? I peep game.
Oh, that shit old.
Same way,
Oh,
man.
well then
I didn't already
get back to
got
it
most
then.
of that shit on there.
Hey.
I done forgot to
Yeah, I got
update it.
Then re-up.
task video. It's like a task app game.
Yeah.
Where you like level up your character by doing your tasks every day.
Really?
You get
Yeah, you know what?
That's dope.
You know what I
Make
heard
it fun
about
and
those?
shit.
Yeah.
It's like an RPG for your everyday like tasks.
Yeah.
That would be
Right.
I need that app.
For sure.
What is that shit called?
Poke task. No, it's not.
Habitica or something like that.
Okay.
You like, it's just supposed to make.
I
the
feel like you
habits.
just made that up.
Habitica.
No, I swear. It's called
He said Habitica?
And if you want to like really
Happy,
succeed
happy.
in life, you just gotta basically do hardcore mode and make it where you get like no XP for
What's
doing
that
your
say?
task.
Hey, what's that say right there?
Habitica.
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 Helvetica.
If you would have said Habitica,
Habitica.
Oh, of course, Helvetica. Who could forget?
I'm like, who doesn't know Habitica?
Hey, but we gonna wrap it
Habitica.
up, man.
Hey.
I really enjoyed myself today, man. I'm
Yes.
starting to fall in love with this shit
Dude,
all over again too, cause like it
Yeah.
bringing me back to like my musicianship, and
It's a very fresh feeling.
that's when you talk about consciousness, man. This all the shit. That's all I know how to do.
Yeah.
All I know how to
Sure.
do is bend sound. So that's all I
He
want to
said
do.
Ben
I'm
Sound.
aware that I'm
I
getting
love
it in
making
right now.
music. I love meeting new artists. It's just
Yeah,
a lovely feeling.
experience, man.
Yeah.
There's
Meeting
just
people with the same.
Hey,
type
big
of
shout outs
vibe.
to the city though. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely, man.
Yo, you know what I'm
course.
saying? Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, however you want to call it. It's full of incredible people just trying to do new and innovative things.
It is.
Yeah,
But at
Cleveland
the
got a
end-
nice
It is.
underground artsy scene, man.
It really
it's
does.
Because even me and my fiance doing our arts and craft shows,
Yeah.
we found that out, you know.
I mean, it's a small city where everybody knows everybody, but it's not that small of a city. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's very strange.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I appreciate y'all for coming, man. I want y'all to go stream that No Lackin.
Ah,
No
yeah.
I want you to go get
Great
cruise
ass
control.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, my man.
And I want y'all to have a blessed day.
Yeah.
Expression.
This is Xpression.
Let's go.
Get
Yeah.
blessed up from the
Peace.
chest up.
Hey.
You got this.
Jerry,
Drop the
Keith Macle,
Drop the mic.
Tim Wallace.
Stay lifted.
Bitch,
And it do not stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a rapper, I am not pop. Unless I pull out the smoke on you, that's pop smoke. Look, man, I don't care about that blue and red, but I did not vote. Cause I'm voting for me, voting for Keith, voting for Beast, voting for the beast from the east, yeah. Let that money rise like it's East, cause get it. Money, bread, got your
Hey,
bitch low.
let that money ride like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Hold on, this beat just got hot like I'm toasting. Hold on, wait, this heat is hot like roasting. Roasting roast beef. Hold on, bitch, we got the meats, bitch. I'm not RVs, but we'll be right back. Hold on, wait, I just in my bag like a sack. I'm in my bag like a fucking knapsack. How's that? I don't give a fuck, fucking take that.